What's up, movie crew? This is a special episode of Let's Rank. Myself, along with some friends, all of us will be giving you our top 5 2021 theatrical releases. Gotta say, I was a little surprised at how many movies I actually watched this year that came out in theaters. Because my main theater didn't open back up until May, and the movie theater I was going to before then only had a handful of movies. But we're going to jump right into this. And before I do that, I do want to give one honorable mention. My honorable mention for 2021 is the Mortal Kombat reboot. I know what some of you are thinking. Why that? Well, it's simple. My review for Mortal Kombat was the very first video for this channel. It is the most viewed video on this channel. So that particular video, Mortal Kombat was kind of the start of this one. So that is my honorable mention for 2021. Number 5, Ghostbusters Afterlife. I did see this one in theaters. I didn't review it because I saw it about 3 weeks after it hit theaters. But let me tell you something. I went into this given a spoiler. And it made me not want to see the movie. Then someone else I know said, hey, you really need to go see this. It's a good movie. It is a good sequel to the original movies. You'll like it. So I go in, and I have to say, Ghostbusters Afterlife was great. It had nice throwbacks to the original. It had a very likable, relatable cast that you want to see in future movies. And they did very, very tasteful tributes throughout the movie and after the movie to Harold Ramis. So because of that, I have to give the number 5 slot to Ghostbusters Afterlife. Number 4, Malignant. I've got to say, I am a fan of James Wan. Most of the movies he's done, I have loved. So I had to check this one out. And you would think, from the man that gave us Saw, the director of the first 2 Insidious movies, the man behind the Conjuring universe, just when you think you don't know if he can do anything else in the horror genre, he does. Malignant is unlike anything else he has done. It is one of the more unique movies of 2021. And as I said in my review, which I will have as a pinned comment down below, James Wan does a better M. Night Shyamalan than M. Night Shyamalan. So for anyone that has any doubts on James Wan as a director, you've got to see this movie. It is great. My number 3. That would be The Suicide Squad. Now, for the record, I don't necessarily hate the first movie. It's not great, but it's good dumb fun, it's good background noise, that sort of thing. James Gunn comes in and does his thing. We get a nice R-rated movie, we get plenty of dark humor, we get plenty of good characters, we've even got unknown characters. I consider myself a huge DC Comics fan, and when I heard who all James Gunn was bringing into this, I'm like, oh, yeah, you've got to see this one. If you are a comic book fan, even if you prefer Marvel over DC, The Suicide Squad is worth checking out. Not to mention, this also got me hyped for when we get the Peacemaker TV series on HBO Max. My runner-up for 2021. Unfortunately, not that many people saw it, and that is Last Night in Soho. This is easily the best made movie from Edgar Wright. This man is continually improving his art and his craft. He has a solid cast throughout this movie. And whatever you think you may know going in from the trailers you saw, you're not even close. And you've got a nice twist with the movie. You got very creepy elements. You've got moments where you've got relatable characters. Not to mention, I think I said this in my review for this movie as well. Once again, pin comment down below. With Last Night in Soho, it reminded me a little bit of Kingsman, where after Kingsman, you saw Taron Egerton shine. In this movie, you've got Thomasin McKenzie in a movie with Anya Taylor-Joy, Matt Smith, Terrence Stamp, and she steals the show. This movie is a must watch. January is when it is going to be available in physical release. Pick it up. Simple as that. Alright, my number one is probably not going to surprise anyone unless you have not seen the movie. My number one, Spider-Man No Way Home. Alright, let me just say, this movie has everything. If you're a fan of Spider-Man, you're going to love this movie. If you're a fan of the MCU, you're going to love this movie. If you're a fan of the previous Spider-Man movies not featuring Tom Holland, you're going to love this movie. Again, I don't know what I can say about this movie without spoiling anything. But it has so much stuff in it. And I'm someone that, if you've seen some of my reviews, then you know that one complaint I have about almost every movie out is that some of these movies are too long. This movie is 2.5 hours, and I was wanting it to be longer. I could have sat there for hours watching this, and I would have enjoyed it. There's very, very little I can complain about with this movie. It has me excited for the new Spider-Man trilogy that Sony has announced. It's got me excited for the new Doctor Strange movie that's coming out in 2022, and I didn't like the first movie. I am hyped for a sequel to a movie I did not like because of this movie. And you also have characters entering the MCU officially. That's about the only spoiler I'm really going to give on that one. But this movie has humor. It has heart. It has great character growth. It shows Spider-Man being able to finally find a balance between being both Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I don't know what else I can say about this movie that I haven't already said. This is my favorite movie of the year. It is one of my favorite MCU movies after seeing it. And I am so ready to be able to buy a copy of it, take it home, and watch it whenever I want. That is how good this movie is. Alright, I want to give a shout out to everyone that was featured in the video giving their top 5 movies of 2021. Hopefully you like every movie that we were all talking about. And some of these I have done reviews for. I will have a pinned comment down below. I'm not going to spoil which movies were where. So you're just going to see number 4 review or number 3 review. That thing. And as always, if you are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. You like what you see? Leave a thumbs up. Comment down below, what are your favorite movies of 2021? But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you all for watching and tune in next time.